Right, how's it going, everybody? Listen, I've just finished watching and indeed recording a reaction to the Kendrick Lamar performance from Glastonbury. Oh my goodness. If you wanted to see the reaction, I had to put it on the Patreon. It's not something to go on the channel, get instantly blocked. I get in all sorts of trouble with the BBC. But it's on the Patreon, link down in the description to that and everything else. But anyway, I just kind of wanted to give my instant thoughts on what is one of the greatest performances, one of the greatest headlining performances I've seen. I've watched a lot of Glastonbury headline performances. I've never bothered going myself, the weather, and now the reason I didn't watch it last night is my son's 11th birthday. So yeah, wish him a happy birthday down in the comments. He'd love to see all those happy birthdays, by the way. So that's why I didn't watch it last night. But oh my goodness, what a performance. 1 hour, 22 minutes of the highest caliber performance art. Now, we've had a few rappers over the years headline Glastonbury. Jay-Z all the way back in the day. There's always been controversy around it as well. Fucking idiots. But anyway, Jay-Z back in the day. Kanye, kind of back in the day. It was a while ago now. Stormzy a few years ago. It's a little bit different because he's on home turf. But realistically, there's not been many that have headlined Glastonbury. But Kendrick Lamar's performance headlining Glastonbury eclipsed all of the other rappers that have done it. And eclipsed so many headlining acts from rock bands, legendary acts over the years. A phenomenal performance. What I loved about it was many things, to be honest, but what I really loved about it was Kendrick himself, an absolute picture of composure. And I started talking about it at the end of the reaction. I shut up because there was a moment where the crowd was singing, "Oh, Kendrick Lamar," over and over and over again. They did it during the performance, but they did it towards the end, and he just stopped and he just nodded. And he was just taking in this moment of this guy from Compton in the United States, in California, doing this in front of, I don't know how many people go to Glastonbury, 100,000, 150,000, like an impossible amount of people in a field, hours outside of London, in the UK in the summer, all these years later. And the crowd's energy, not only from singing that, but from the opening bars, the opening sentences, we're just spitting every word, not every word, but every word back at Kendrick Lamar. The crowd's energy compared to that Coachella set from the weekend that we reacted to on the channel the other day. Night and day. Kendrick, the picture of composure. And he reminded me of an elite athlete. One of the few athletes. Listen, you have a lot of top-level athletes that play top-level sport, but the elite of the elite, I'm talking the Michael Jordans, the LeBrons, in my sport that I love, the Cristiano Ronaldos, the people that can take in the moment. And I saw it in that moment where the crowd was chanting his name. He was about an hour, 15 minutes into his set, and he's just nodding and taking it all in. It's that feeling of knowing you are in the most important moment of your career there and then. The pressure, the impossible, immeasurable pressure is on right now. And now is your time to perform. And not that you know you need to perform to live up to the standards that you set, but you are born to perform in this moment. This is exactly all that you've trained for, all that you've planned for. And Kendrick had that composure in that moment and throughout the whole set in a way that was truly mind-blowing. The whole thing was performance art. There was very little interaction with the crowd. The sparing bits of interaction with the crowd were actually really powerful and got them going as they were flagging a little bit, because as good as the crowd were, it is Sunday night at Glastonbury. Everybody's knackered. They'd been on it for 3 days and it was a long set. So he brought the energy back up when he needed to. But the set was so immaculately put together as well, starting out with a bit of Mr. Morale, moving into kind of like a medley of classic hits, all of which delivered flawlessly. King Kunta, amazing. Swimming Pools, amazing. Everything, amazing. Moving it back a little bit. N95, really cementing some of these songs that we've never seen played live, and we've not lived with that long yet. And really turning them into something else, but also bringing out moments of other songs with the incredible performance. He had all of the dancers on stage with him, the women in red and the men in white. I mean, he's done this before in other performances that I've seen, working with choreographed dancers to create these visuals the whole time. But here, I think it's just the scale of Glastonbury. It was just on another level. From a performance point of view, not only the composure the whole time, but the breath control, the clarity in his diction. So often rappers get to a big stage and, to be fair to them, they yell into the mic. And I don't know, they yell into the mic and you can't make out a single word. They might bring the energy and the music sounds great, the beat sounds great, all that sort of stuff. But you can't pick out the words. Jay-Z, the GOAT, one of the true greats, the true greats, is guilty of doing this. Kendrick, though, every single word crystal clear. His breath control, crazy. And the few moments where he felt like he was just a little bit short on breath. He just had the calmness in that moment, in the eye of the storm, to just take that little breath. And built into the set were moments for him to go backstage for 20 seconds, 40 seconds, and just breathe and get himself back. So every single song delivered as strongly and as powerfully as the last. The whole set was incredible. The crowd were on fire. What it really cemented for me as well is like people say that Kendrick doesn't have hits. Bullshit. Just that, I mean, that is proof positive that is just not true. Hit after hit after hit after hit. Crowd going crazy. Like I say, knew every word. Amazing, dude. Amazing. To have been in that crowd would have been phenomenal. Impossible for me. But even just watching it, not even live, watching it the next day, incredible. In my mind, Kendrick Lamar now cements himself. I said cement a lot. I must have said it 3 or 4 times. Kendrick Lamar cements himself as the current number 1. I think plenty of people would have argued for that anyway. I would have perhaps argued for that anyway, probably actually. But I think that cements it. Because not only do you have the incredible generational records that he's put out, but you have a generational performer as well. It's rare to get both at the same time. You have great performers, people who are amazing on record, not so good live. Some people are really good at both, but generational on both, that doesn't really happen very often. But he knows in his heart of hearts that he is something special. Even though he's not our savior, as he went to great lengths to tell us in the final amazing closing song, he knows that he is something special and he is serving something grander than himself in those moments, and a set of incredible moments. You could watch it again and pick out another 20, 30 incredible moments within songs. No features, by the way, no extra artists, no gimmicks, a few fireworks, placed when needed. More just about these incredible, moving performances with the choreographed dancers, or just him, focused in on him. And that's how it ended, with his dancers. Tight shot on him. In the bust down crown of thorns, he starts to bleed all through the final song. And then just saying, they judge you, they judge Christ. Godspeed for women's rights. And it builds and it builds and it builds and it builds. And it gets louder and louder and louder until he's screaming. Drops the mic. What a finale. What a powerful image in a set full of incredibly powerful moments. All Right was incredible. That was an unbelievable finish. Kendrick Lamar, in my opinion, the number 1 artist right now. There can be no question. Amazing. Guys, like I said, if you wanted to see my reaction to it, if you want to be able to see the set as well, don't tell anybody, don't tell the feds. It's there on the Patreon, link down in the description. Make sure you see it. You have to see it. You have to see it. Hopefully we'll be able to get to the tour in November. It's sold out, but I'm hoping to be able to get there and hopefully vlog it for you guys as well. We'll make that happen, but yes, fucking hell. All right, guys, let's crash through 380,000 subscribers. Come and join 380,000 of us on this movement. Join Team D. I'll catch you on the next one, right? Peace.